Hi, this is John Cohen. Welcome to another episode of Hypothetically Speaking. In this episode, I'm incredibly pleased to be joined again by Jason Goodman. Jason, welcome back to Hypothetically Speaking, my friend. Good to see you.
Thanks, John. Thanks for inviting me on. It's been too long.
Been a while, yeah, but you've been busy and, getting into all kinds of stuff and, working with Ken Silva and getting into, the details on the Butler stuff and your lawsuit there and, giving you an opportunity to work with a whole bunch of new people. And, I think it's great. It's been awesome. And, you and I don't know if the audience knows this, but you and I DM, pretty much every week. I mean, we're always messaging behind the scenes. But yesterday, I was watching a live stream you were doing with a gentleman that was at the Charlie Kirk shooting and was filming at the time. And as your broadcast unfolded, my jaw kept dropping further and further down to the point I was afraid I was going to fall out of my chair. And so this is the broadcast you were doing yesterday. And it's with, why don't you tell people just a little bit about that, who this guy was, what that was, and then I'll set this up, and then I'm going to basically ask you to walk people through what you found and the reason this is and the reason it's such a special show. I think this evidence that Jason found is the game-changing evidence in the Charlie Kirk murder. This evidence that you guys are going to see tonight, both here on YouTube, and we go to the patron-only portion, we're going to get into some more details. Many of you know Jason's incredibly, technically gifted. I was talking to somebody earlier today and saying Jason's probably the top forensic video analyst in the country that doesn't work in Quantico, right? It doesn't have $1 million system sitting here, as far as independent forensic video analysis. There's nobody that can do what Jason does. And it's going to become so apparent to you in this show. You're going to say, Colin's right. I mean, holy mackerel. Nobody's done this. Nobody has seen this except the people who saw Jason share this. When was it? 24 hours ago? 36 hours ago? When did you share this?
Yeah, yesterday. It was just yesterday with Adam Bartholomew.
Dude, you blew me away. This evidence is to this case, to the Charlie Kirk murder. To me, again, the way I think as a slight retard with Asperger's, to me, this is the equivalent of the railing shot, the puff of smoke, the thing that says that can't be the shooter on the roof of Butler. Right. This changes the whole thing, and the whole narrative just went poof because of what you're about to share with the audience. But we can't just jump to the end of the book. You can't just jump to the end. You can't just say the Saudis did it in
right.
AH-6 eyes from Asa. You gotta help people understand what you did, how you did it, how you baselined it with, walk us through this. Because again, to me, this changes everything. Everything everybody thinks they know about this Charlie Kirk shooting. Holy mackerel. Set it aside. Put your ego away. Jason's about to just change everything. So, brother, show them what you found and how you found it. And who's this Adam Bartholomew guy? Because, I'm kind of speechless, man.
Well, thank you for all of that, John. We should also, for any viewers who haven't seen me before, we should let them know. You and I have worked together for years. We're sort of at this stage of the career now where we're just going to be like the Who. We'll just do reunion shows from now until we're 80. But we worked together.
I sure hope not.
Yeah. Well,
I sure as hope not. I think we've got a little bit more. I think, But yeah, Jason, for you guys who don't know this, there'd be no John Cohen without Jason Goodman. Jason Goodman came to Thailand to sort of validate the research I was doing on the Vegas shooting. And then we started doing podcasts together every Friday night for 5 years. We were doing podcasts. We were doing New Year's Eve shows. We were doing this for a long time. And we worked on the Vegas shooting and kind of turned that into a rather sophisticated investigation, tying into the Phil Haney death and Tablighi Jamaat in America. And next thing you know, COVID hits, and we start doing the COVID research together. So Jason and I have been working together for years and years. But at some point, you want to bring in some new talent, let some of these younger guys come in and share some stuff. And so you've been working with Sal, you've been working with Ken Silva, really talented guys, and giving you an opportunity to kind of do the stuff that you do well. With some of the legal stuff with Ken, and the stuff where you guys kind of flourish. And next thing you know, this Charlie Kirk thing comes along. And you're doing your thing, and I'm doing my thing. And I'm looking at your broadcast, and I'm like, oh my God, this is wild. And so I reached out to you, and I said, dude, you got to come on the show and show everybody this, because this is, again, this changes the whole narrative. Yeah. And I'll share with you and the audience what I think this means after you've, helped people understand what you found. But why don't you take them through, like, how did you even find this? How the hell did you, what happened here?
And by the way, there's something new that wasn't on the show yesterday that you're going to love, because, let me take everybody through this, and then we'll get to the new stuff. So the guy who shot this footage, the answer to how I found it was the crowdsource process. Somebody told me, hey, this guy shot a live stream at the event. So this is Adam Bartholomew. He's got a son who goes to Utah Valley University, and he's just a hobbyist live streamer who was there covering the event, talking to the students. He starts rolling. So the first thing that's important to establish is that he starts rolling at 12:04 p.m. local time. And that's verified because he sent me the metadata that shows when the file was created on his iPad. We'll get into the technical specifics of how he created this and why that's so important. But he sets
which is mind-blowing. And I think that aspect of this, and the importance of that aspect of this, is something that we should wrap. So we're going to do about 45 minutes here on YouTube, guys, and then we're going to go over to the patron-only portion. For those of you who are not yet subscribed to Jason, take a second, take a picture of put your thing up there. Not me, you, yeah. So if you're not yet subscribed to Jason, go to, subscribestar.com, crowdsource the truth, or patreon.com, crowdsource the truth, and support Jason's work. Jason does this full time. Right, so he's not working a Raytheon during the day and doing this, after dinner. Jason's running on the streets. He's all over the country doing this type of stuff full time. This is how he makes a living. And Jason doesn't sell any supplements. He doesn't have any gold, guys. There's no pitch in the middle of his shows. Either support his work or you don't. And this is independent journalism. What you're about to see here scoops the New York Times. It scoops Business Week. It scoops CNN. It scoops everybody. David Muir, Anderson Cooper, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson. And by the way, they're all watching. All right. So Jason crowdsources the content, gets in touch with the guy. The guy is a kind of an independent journalist guy himself, understands the importance and value. Well, right. He does have a full-time job, but he's been documenting sort of the, what was he saying?
He's a Republican delegate
right,
in Utah. And what he actually said to me on the show yesterday is that he started doing this live streaming because the Democrats would lie about what happened at these events. So he wanted to document them to make sure that they couldn't do that. I want to encourage people to follow Adam as well. His social media channels are Life is Driving, and you can get him on YouTube and on X. And let's actually start there with Adam's YouTube channel, because I don't remember if I just saw him posting it on X or if somebody directed me to him, but I got to his channel. And I think I was just looking for, content. This is what you and I do when one of these big events happens, is to say, well, who was there on the ground recording stuff? And so I saw this, I guess. And you'll notice that this video here, so it says Charlie Kirk event live shooting coverage. And I said, well, wait a minute, was this live? How did he know there was a shooting if it was live? And then I presume he changed the name after the fact. And I saw that this was only 27 minutes and 23 seconds long. And that was initially confusing me because, you know, he had over an hour of footage that he had recorded. I think I'm losing the sequence there, but I had become confused because there was one video that was an hour and 9 minutes, and then there was this 23-minute thing, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And first I thought he was doing an Unsteady Dave thing where he had it.
I want you to explain this later, though. I want you to, when we get to the Patreon portion, I want you to explain the backpack,
right?
The Ethernet, the important. It's like,
let's get to the meat first. Right.
That's later. We'll do that in Patreon only. Here, I want you to, how did you even find this? It's like, I can barely see it at all. Like, even, and I know where it is. It's like, I feel like it's the helicopter thing, but during the daytime, I'm useless. It's like, I'm only good at finding stuff at night. And you're finding stuff in the daytime. I'm like, what? How the hell did you find this stuff? So take us to that. So everybody subscribe to this guy. This is the guy who filmed it. The guy's a hero. When we get to Patreon only, you're going to hear an aspect of this that's mind-blowing. We've got a cliffhanger that Jason will share with you before we go to Patreon only that is the cliffhanger as to why the backpack mattered and what it proved that Jason's probably the only guy on the earth to figure this out. If Jason didn't figure this out, we wouldn't know this. And it is so earth-shattering. We're going to save it to the end of the show before we go Patreon only. And you're going to drop that as a bombshell. And then we're going to go Patreon only. And you're going to explain the importance of his backpack configuration. And how that, had it not been for that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have any of this.
We'd have not, right. And so we'll get to that. But all right, take us to the footage. Walk us through your goosebump moment. You're watching this, and all of a sudden, you get goosebumps. It's like the moment when I saw the first helicopter. I remember the day, man. It was October 8th. Tell me what happens. You're watching this, and what happens?
So there's people who are saying, oh, there's dots flying around. And, it's like, okay, not every dot is something significant. So what I did was I said to Adam, you got to send me the original footage so that we can get past this, 27-minute thing, an hour and 9-minute thing. So I have his original file, and I start going through it in, various professional software applications that I use. And so I identified this first thing. And to me, this is very clearly a bird. And again, these are my opinions based on looking at this evidence. Other people might come to other opinions, and they don't have to agree with me, but here we see this item. It's changing each frame, even though it's a little dot. It looks like a bird flapping its wings. When it gets to the mountain here, you can see, let me take it back. You can see here, it's a fairly high contrast thing compared to the sky. We have this silhouette of the bird, and as it's flapping its wings...
Hang on, go back. I want to point out to people that Jason is magnifying it and not magnifying it. So you've got it. He's doubling it. So the object, when it first appears, is all the way at the tippy edge of the screen. Jason's blowing it up with this magnifier thing so you can see what the heck it is. But if you look in that little circle on top of his magnifying glass, that's the original object. It's tiny. It's so hard to see. It's remarkable. Yeah. And Jason's tracking it and blowing it up. So that's what you see in the big circle.
Right. And so what happens is we saw how the silhouette of the bird looked against the sky. When it gets to the ridge line of the mountain here, the camera sees it. It's almost the same color as the mountain. So on video, it looks like it disappears. And this is something, John, that a lot of people forget when we're looking at evidence on the internet, or when we're looking at videos of real world events. People consider, I'm looking at something, it's evidence. Well, you're looking at a representation of what happened, and we need to consider what is it exactly that we're looking at? Because if it's somebody taking a screen capture off their phone and putting it on TikTok with all kinds of text, and then somebody else downloads it and transcodes it and uploads it to Twitter and then takes it and puts it on YouTube, all of these things have a process that can affect the image and change the output. So this is why it's always so important to me to find out who the original uploader of a particular file is and learn about how did you capture this? Do you have an iPhone 11? Do you have a Samsung Galaxy 25? Are you using, in this case, with our friend Adam Bartholomew, are you using a Logitech Mevo system and it's recording to an iPad? I want to know, how did you record this? And then I'm going to just go and figure out how that device operates, what compression it's using, how it's recording, what lens is on it, what its various capabilities are. And that's going to tell us a lot about what we see in this material that we view online. So, back to this. The bird flies down to the ridgeline of the mountain, and now, as far as the camera sees, the color of the bird and the color of the mountain are essentially identical. So the video compression in the camera causes the bird to disappear. Then it flies behind this tree, and it essentially reappears over here. It's not visible until it comes off that gray part of the building into the shadow, where the contrast of the bird against the dark area makes it visible to the camera system again. So that's clearly a bird. Then the next item we see, this is amazing. I was quite impressed at the camera's ability to reproduce this. But the next item we see is some kind of a bug lazily flopping along. But you can see the wings flapping right there. It's amazing, isn't it?
I think that's a wasp. To tell you the
Could
truth.
be a
It
wasp.
It looks like a wasp to me. It looks like one. I mean, there's a moment there where you kind of see like those legs hanging down, it looks like. So, but
I'm going to show you
remarkable.
something that you maybe haven't seen yet that's going to definitely blow your mind. But this is definitely, you're right, it's something, it looks like a wasp. It's definitely an insect. And also, John, note, the shape of its body is changing with almost every frame, the angle to the camera. It's a biological item. It's flying up and down.
For sure. Yeah. Organic.
It's, you know,
Yeah. No, definitely.
This is
right
organic.
There. It's like a moment. It looks like either a wasp or, what are those other things? A hornet?
Something like that.
A hornet or something? Yeah.
Something. Okay. So then in Adam's,
we got a hornet.
We got a bird,
we got a wasp. Yeah.
The other important thing for people to keep their eyes on is I've added this time clock. So this is a time code burn in. And by the way, on the Butler assassination attempt, that event was being covered by Right Side Broadcasting, which they are a broadcasting company with broadcast equipment. They had the time of day overlaid as a graphic so people know it's 6 o'clock, it's 6:30, whatever. And what I know from my experience in broadcasting is that an overlay like that is going to be driven by what's called SMPTE time code, the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers. It's a worldwide standard. CBS, NBC, anybody broadcasting anything is using that SMPTE time code. And what that allowed us to do in Butler was to basically synchronize everybody's cell phone cameras, all the body cams, to that very, very accurate, down to the video frame, which in this case is 1/30th of a second. That allowed us to synchronize the whole day's events very, very accurately. Because we don't have a broadcast of this, and because Adam Bartholomew was the only guy doing a long-form live stream, we're plus or minus 30 seconds on the actual time of day, because I have his metadata file that tells me the recording began at 12:04 p.m., but we don't know if it was 12:04 and 1 second, 12:04 and 59 seconds. Let's call it plus or minus 30 seconds, 12:04. And so 19 minutes after that, 12:23, that's when the shot is fired. The whole crowd reacts, everybody flinches, and they turn and they begin to run. By the way, let's just listen to that for a second.
Please.
What was that? He just got shot! Holy shit! Holy
So
There's been a shooting, we heard shots.
Let's help orient people here. People. This is a walkway above the so there's like a bowl down there. It's like a seating area that's in grass. Everybody's down there watching Charlie. This is an area up above, and there's tape so that you can't go right above Charlie. So that had been taped off with police tape before the event. So these people were getting about as close as they could get without getting up to. If you go back just a smidge, you'll see the police tape. They didn't want people to be right over Charlie, right? So on this,
So he's in
I
this
guess before,
right, this white
right in
tent
that
here,
tent in
right?
there. Yes, correct. That's where Charlie is. So, but if you look past here on the walkway, there's tape up there already blocking it.
Right,
They
fences
didn't
right
want
here.
people right above Charlie,
Right,
so they had to take that off. There you go. There you go. Okay. You
Okay,
see
so
how
the
there's nobody
shooter is
over
over here on the left, right? Right below where your video inset is, allegedly.
and off to the left even further. So yes, to the left, yes, up in there in that area. Correct. So let's establish what have we seen so far. You showed us a bird. Looked to me like an egret, by the way. When it came around and went into the tree, it looks like an egret.
Yeah.
It looks like you showed us a wasp, not quite in focus, but there's one point where it looks like its little legs are full and coming down. So we've seen 2 organic objects so far. We just saw the shooting happen, and we're 19 minutes into his thing. Now, what the hell is this? This looks like a Romulan starship thing.
Bird of prey.
What the hell is that?
Well, so-
That's that. Yeah. What the hell is
Now,
that?
this could be
Who
a
invited
bird.
Batman? What the? That's
Right.
not a bird.
I don't think so.
Whoa,
I don't think so.
Somebody call Area 51. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
Dude.
See, what's interesting about this is about 30 seconds after the shot is fired, this object appears. Let's listen to the sound actually on this as well, because I think I hear the buzzing of a drone. It's difficult to tell, and there are actually settings in the Movi software that are trying to amplify vocals and minimize background noise. But when this thing comes close, I believe we hear a little buzzing. Now, people who are detecting movement around it that could look like the flapping of wings, we're seeing video compression artifacts, the blocky kind of squares that are wiggling around. That's due to video compression and the thing moving pretty quickly. But it's my opinion that it's a pretty fast and geometrically circular orbit for it to be a bird. It's just, the bird that we saw at the beginning, it's kind of flopping up and down. This thing just like jettisons out and shoots around in a circle right over the crowd.
All right, so first of all, it looks to me like it's moving pretty quick.
Yeah.
Number 2, does not look like the egret. I mean, this looks like some Area 51 drone thing. That's not a Mavic. It's not a DJI Mavic.
Well,
this is, I hate to say it.
exactly. No, you just made an important
when we get a
point.
patron only, we're going to have to go shopping for
I've already found a
$22
few
billion
candidates.
worth of toys. I know somebody's got $22 billion worth of this shit.
No. We are not
go
implicating
shopping.
anyone. We don't have
No,
any...
I just want to go shopping. I want to see what I can buy that looks like that. We'll do that
Keep in
patron
mind-
only. We'll do that patron only.
Yeah. And also keep in
What were
mind,
you gonna say?
you raised an important point that people are going to say, oh, I have a DJI Mavic or a Air 2 or whatever. I'm not implying that this is some kind of drone that somebody bought at B&H Photo, nor is it necessarily a big Area 51 thing. People can build their own drones, and we're dealing with a college here, electrical engineering, aviation. There's all kinds of people who could make drones. And it could be a government, some rich agency. I don't know. It doesn't look like a bird.
Could
to
be
me.
the
I
Utah
agree with you on
Valley.
that.
Could be the Utah Valley University Drone Club
Yes.
was simultaneously having a drone meeting that day, in which we'll have to dig in and find out. Was the Utah Valley University Drone Club having a little drone contest in the back over there by the football field? I don't know. Or do you know Brigham Young University is less than 4 miles here? Brigham Young is less than 4 miles away. It's 3.75 miles away. Were the Brigham Young kids sending their drones over to screw with the Utah Valley kids? I don't know, but we're going to find out. That's what we do. We're going to find out where the drones came from.
This is one of the most damning ones. Let's look at this thing first, because this thing comes out and it appears to leave a trail of smoke. Look
Whoa,
at
whoa,
that.
whoa! Is this the same one you just showed us? Or
No,
is this another?
so let's go back. We've got our orbital guy, rigid body orbital comes out, and that does its fast
This is a
orbital loop.
Dude, that's a Romulan. That's a Romulan. What are they called? The Romulan.
The
what?
Klingon bird of prey comes out.
Yeah.
and it does its
That's
orbital.
what this looks like.
Okay, so this next object, it's too low resolution to see if it's flapping or whatever, but look at that trail of smoke it's leaving, and it's flying in a really unusual way.
This is another one. How many seconds later? So
Just
one
a
of them
few
just
seconds
came
later.
in. All right, so one of them comes in a parabolic. To me, I don't call it circular. It's parabolic.
Okay.
Comes in, does the turn, flies out, and an instant later, you've got another one coming on.
Yeah.
Now you got two of them on.
I'm going back. I'm going back here. Okay, so
What do we got? What is going on here?
The gunfire occurs. We get the Klingon bird of prey, the Romulan spacecraft doing the parabolic orbital, too fast to be a bird.
And he's
it
out,
flies
right?
straight out. I'm just letting it play
Okay.
now. Look at the time code up here. So that's 12 o'clock and 23 minutes and 39, 40 seconds, 41 seconds. This thing flies away. Okay?
Okay.
So then 42 seconds, 43 seconds, 44 seconds, 45. Now this thing shows up. And at around 49 seconds, it starts emitting smoke. So, I mean, people say, well, yeah, Jason, drones don't emit smoke. They run on batteries. And I say, yeah, that's true. But this one, I don't know what to tell you. It's emitting smoke. I mean, maybe, here's what I say. My first thought was, perhaps a malfunctioning drone. It's got electronics. It's got batteries. Maybe it's catching on fire. I don't understand a circumstance where a bird will emit smoke. But we'll get into some of the technical details when we get on to the other part
hang
of the show.
on. Is this so? Is it a logical explanation? Potentially. So this becomes, it's like, what are we seeing? Right? We got to figure out what is that. If it was a drone, hypothetically, and that drone was zooming around and it starts to overheat, the batteries that these drones typically use are these lithium phosphate, these lipo batteries.
Lithium polymer, usually. I haven't been in the drone gig for about 10 years, so I don't know.
We're the same. The guys who know. It's the lipo stuff with the special chargers. You guys know.
They are volatile, by the way. They can catch on fire.
That's exactly what I was about to say, is if they overheat,
yes,
and they get to a certain point, they go into a meltdown mode, basically, and catch fire. And I've had it happen to me once on a motorcycle that I had.
Wow.
And I had one of these LiPo batteries that needed a special charger because it was a special motorcycle and you want to have a tiny battery. So to put a tiny battery in, it had to be LiPo. Right. And it had a special charger. And I overheated it one day and it caught on fire.
Like crazy.
So dude, what you're suggesting is very realistic. If a LiPo battery system were to overheat, it actually does start smoking, and it's an acid. There's an acid in there. And so that's not now tell me about this other one that's coming in, and you're going negative on it to give us a high contrast type of.
I went back a little bit.
Right,
no. I haven't changed any of the color or anything in any of this. I boosted the contrast a little bit on the smoke blow up so people could see it against the sky. But none of the others have been changed at all. So that thing, the smoker flies off, and now a fast, rigid body moves upward from the left side of the frame. Look at how fast that's going. It's only on screen for 3 video frames, and it shoots across the frame like that from the left. It's in front of the building where the bird was.
As the smoking one is flying away. So you guys see this. The smoking one's flying away towards the top. And all right, so take us back to when you see this next one that's zooming. Show us the first frame where that appears. Where's the first frame with the little dude?
For people to remain oriented while we're doing this, just keep your eye on the time clock in the upper right. I'm going in reverse now. So we're going to 44 seconds here. So this is the thing that eventually starts smoking. 50 seconds it's smoking. And also in the video, I keep playing it again at different speeds. I've slowed it down so that people can see what's going on. First, I play it at regular speed, then I play it at 50%, then 25%, then I go as low as 10% or 5%.
Whoa.
So this thing's flying off, and this little puck.
Yeah.
Sorry, this isn't the puck. Look at this. Hang on. Let me see if I can. I want to stop on. Let me back it up here. Let's just watch this next thing to come.
Have you been on Alex Jones with this yet? Have you shown this to
I'm
Alex?
banned from Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, so keep one eye open when you're sleeping. I think he's stealing your shit, so keep an eye on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
It's difficult to see, but keep your eyes on this thing. You see the wings there.
Right.
You see that?
All right, stop. I want you to stop there where you first pick it up.
Let me get a different version of this video up so that we can really step through it. Stand by just a second, because that one's just coming from Twitter. I've got it on here.
All right, as you do that, let me, so guys, this is what I'm talking about. Jason finds these things flying all over the place, isolates them, is able to track them, and there's nobody else on Earth talking about this. Now, today, I think I heard somebody say CIA spy plane. And they're basically using Jason's work and, making up stories. But nobody's talking about this. Nobody found this. And I don't, honestly, I don't think anybody could have found it other than you. Had you not found this, nobody would have found this. So
possible. Okay.
Oh, I'm positive of it.
So here's a version we can step through frame by frame. Let's play it.
Okay. All right, so I want to see this tiny little thing show up.
Okay. Let's go back. Cool. So right there is the first frame that it appears. And it's,
all right, so hang on. It's like, what the F? And from where? It's like it's
coming from the left side of the frame. And it's in front of the building where the bird flew in front of. Remember when the bird got to that dark area of the building and we could see it again? But this doesn't look like a bird because it shoots from, I'm going back now. It shoots from this part. It's moving upward. You see that? I should have done another version where this thing isn't there because it's shooting up. It's going in a diagonal up. And I think a bird would have to be flapping its wings to do that. Birds can soar, but they're affected by gravity.
Come on, we just looked at the egret. I mean, we just saw, a blue heron or something.
There you see how it's going up.
Obviously, a UAV. Bro. Come on,
you can see the trajectory here. I think that
there's no question it's a UAV. Come on, there's no question it's a UAV.
I think it is.
I mean, I can't tell you what brand it is. Right, but this is undoubtedly a UAV. The question is, where the hell did it come from? And we got one up there catching on fire and smoking and flying away. And this one comes out of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, like a bat out of hell.
Right.
This is how many frames? What do you have? 4 frames and it's gone? 3 frames? 1, 2,
so it
3,
starts
4?
here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's off. But this is a pretty steep upward and incredibly fast trajectory. Let me hit play and you watch how fast it's going, John. That's normal speed. It just shoots across the screen.
Right, well, 5 you're running 30 frames a second. 5 frames is 1/6 of a second.
Yeah, that could be 200 miles an hour it's going at.
So in 1/6 of a second, it goes from there across the quad, across this whole thing in 1/6 of a second.
Yes.
All right. So now we know, you and I both know, there are FPV drones that the guys wear the goggles and they use racing stuff that are like the size, like handheld size, that'll go 180, 200 miles an hour.
Well, the smallest ones go, I think, about the super small ones are limited to about 100 or 115. But the
ones they race,
the larger ones go 250 miles an hour.
That's what we're talking. I mean, that's no 35 mile an hour.
No.
I know what 35 mile an hour drones look like. I own one. You own one. I mean, we know what they look like.
Yeah.
That's not birds. That's 35 miles an hour.
Right. Birds, there is I think it's a peregrine hawk or something like that can achieve speeds of upwards of 200 miles an hour, but that's when it's
We just
diving.
looked at organic objects. It's not organic. It's
also going
a
up.
thing.
It's going up.
It's all right. So we've got UAVs on the scene of the crime, at the scene of the crime, going this way,
Seems.
going that way,
Smoking,
catching fire,
zipping
catching
around.
fire. Literally within seconds of the shooting.
Yeah.
But wait, there's
This is
more.
1 minute. So remember, we're plus or minus 30 seconds. Well, we could calculate the time from the shooting. Let's go back to the here. We'll calculate the exact time from the shooting because we can do that using Adam Bartholomew's video here. Let me. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So here we'll go back to Adam's video, and now. Okay, so he's talking to these guys.
There's the bird. There's our egret.
Here, what?
It's either an egret or a
Just there's
hermit.
so much. So
Before
much.
we had a flag and we had it, so it's positioned.
That's the wasp
Yeah.
or the bird of prey. That's the wasp.
wasp.
Okay. Yep. I can see it's the wasp. Okay.
So 12:23 and 8 seconds Bartholomew time, the gunshot fires. And it's 40 seconds later. This other stuff is flying around. 30 seconds later.
All right. There's
I mean, that's
something
a
else though that
coincidence, right?
happened. There's something else that happened that you figured out that also I don't think anybody else would have figured out, could have figured out other than you. Sure as hell I wasn't even looking here. And you figured out that something happened that I don't think people have any awareness of. And when you combine what you just showed us with this cliffhanger that you're going to now share with the audience, when we go to the patron-only portion of the show, Jason's going to show you how this happened technically. So for all you techno geeks, you're going to love this. This is wild. Jason will walk you through it step by step. And the guy who did it didn't even realize the significance of what happened. It's like Jason had to kind of walk him through and go, do you realize, like, if you didn't put this here and this here, you... So help people understand, again, the process of you figuring out, and again, the goosebump moment when you're like, oh my God, holy... Walk us through it. How did you get to that? How did you figure this out?
Well, I mean, again, somebody, had pointed me to this guy's video and said, hey, somebody did a live stream of this event. So I downloaded, I think the first video I got was his 1 and 9 minute video. We're on Adam Bartholomew's YouTube channel here. This is Life is Driving on YouTube. And this is his live stream. And remember, I said this live stream is only 27 minutes and 22 seconds long, but he was recording and live streaming. Well, he was recording for 1 hour and 9 minutes continuously. So what I was able to figure out that occurred is, even though Adam was walking around the campus, and you'll see he's up here on the roof, he's interviewing these guys, he's talking to these kids, and basically, here, let's watch his actual video, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Kind of back to like the love one another thing. It's like love everyone.
Love everyone, regardless of race, everything.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out here.
We appreciate you. Love you
You gonna
too.
go down and see get closer? Are they like restricting you guys up here or what?
Nah, it's too crowded.
It's just there's just so much. So
Before
much.
we had a flag and we had it.
He just got shot! Holy shit!
So right there, his video glitches out and his live stream is totally interrupted. And he didn't get the sound of the gunshots being fired. He was totally disrupted. And also, you'll notice on this live stream, none of that stuff in the sky is visible at all, is it? Because this is a much lower
That's what I'm saying.
bitrate.
I didn't know how the hell you found it in the first place.
Look,
How
see,
did
it's
you
glitching
find
out. It's
All right,
glitching
take
out.
us back. Take us back to the gunshot. Take us back to the gunshot moment, and make sure everybody understands what you discovered here. So show her exactly what happens here.
So he's talking to these kids on the roof about, do they support Palestine? Do they support, what are you doing
Before
here?
we had a flag and we had
He just got shot! Holy shit! Holy...
So he's saying before we had a flag, and in the video he's explaining to them that they had a flag hanging up behind Charlie because they wanted it to be on camera, and they came over and said, you guys can't hang out here, and they basically sort of kicked him out, is what this kid with the frizzy hair is explaining. And in the video, right while he's explaining that, in my video that we were just looking at, while he's explaining that, let's compare the two and people can see the difference. This kid is saying, hey, we had a flag.
it's just there's just so much. Before we had a flag and we had it, so it's positioned.
It was positioned so it could be seen above the tent, is what he's basically saying.
In the camera, made us move.
What was that? Oh my God! He just
So that's the part that we lost on the live stream because of that glitch that we saw. And
All right, so let's explain. So let's explain the difference here. So when you guys may have seen Jason out and about when Jason's live streaming, and sometimes when Jason's live streaming, he'll, especially when he's near the Chinese embassy over near 42nd Street, West Side, oftentimes his stream will start. You get the circle thing starts spinning, and for those of us who are watching Jason's stream stops and we see the spinny thing and we're like, okay, and we sit and we wait and we hope it picks back up. Jason's recording everything he's doing locally so that when he gets back, no matter what, he can put it where, he can broadcast it and republish, whatever he's got to do. Everything Jason does when he's live, he's recording locally. And again, Jason's a pro at this. For those of you who don't know, Jason did 3D Spider-Man. He's the 3D expert and a cinematographer from NYU Film School. So that's why he knows all this stuff. So Jason records all the stuff locally so that even though if we're watching these streams and they're cutting and when he posts it later to YouTube, you don't see that. So Jason is watching the guy's stream and the stream cuts out the moment of, since when does Wi-Fi go down due to like how the hell does that happen?
Before a sound, it doesn't happen.
So,
but
all right. So one, would you say it's a split second, half a second before?
It's about 1 second before.
And you
1
see
second
it. You see it
before
on the
shot.
screen go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
let me play you something else for a second, John, that's going to help everybody understand how I figured this out. I was in Washington Square Park maybe about a week and a half ago. This guy's an executive with the NYPD, and I've had a lot of issues with the NYPD and their community affairs unit. I think they're up to nefarious stuff, and I was giving this guy a piece of my mind.
people riding skateboards. What the fuck are the cops doing here? Because they're not enforcing the law.
Are you injured?
Huh?
Are you injured?
I'm not injured. I asked you a question. What are you guys doing here? You're not enforcing the law.
We're here
There was a big crowd for iShow Speed.
Well, you're doing a
who's
very
YouTuber.
ineffective job because there's people
Watch this.
in there claiming to be security, committing assault, and you're standing here yakking it up doing nothing.
Watch this.
I don't want to be on camera. I don't give a fuck.
You know the vibes. We outside with the unkempt.
See, so this mushmouth Scooby-Doo looking
Wow.
jackass walks
With-
up to
with
me.
the backpack.
Now, see, but he's got the backpack, but he also emerges from this corner where he's hanging out with the NYPD. And we won't spend too much time on this dunce, but we're just about
That's
ready.
a dirt box? Stingray? What's that thing called in the background?
It's not that.
It's
It's
the
not that,
Jamaroo?
but you're close. You're close. Let's go over to our sponsor exclusive segment. We're going to
Okay.
take a little break, and everybody
All right,
comes back. We'll
for you
start
guys,
again.
put your graphic up. Put everything up for Crowdsource the Truth. On YouTube, if you guys aren't yet subscribed to and following Jason on YouTube, go to YouTube and subscribe.
Crowdsource the Truth 11 on YouTube.
11, okay. Soon Jason will catch up to the iPhones, and we'll have iPhone 17, Browsers of the Truth 17, and we'll just keep it in sync, make it easier for everybody from a branding perspective. But also they can support your work over subscribestar.com/crowdsource the truth or patreon.com/crowdsource the truth. If you want journalism like this, if you want real journalism where you don't have to listen to us tell you about, and this supplement is why I feel so good. We don't do any of that, right? There's no gold, there's no supplements, there's no pillows, there's no slippers, there's no blankets, right? It's just facts and research and documentation and experience. And for those of you who appreciate that, I mean, it's less than $60 a year. It's less than Spotify for $5. I mean, people are spending more money to listen to frickin', so for less than Spotify, $5 a month, support Jason's work, please. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We'll restart up with our patrons, and Jason is going to walk you through how this guy was able to salvage the footage through what appears to be a jam. That, to me, my hypothesis is that's a jammer. Somebody jammed the internet a second before the trigger was pulled.
Seems like it. It really does.
Wow. In a Beanie Baby costume?
No.
I'm having a hard time with this, Cash. I'm having a hard time, bro. All right, we're going to go to the patron-only portion of the show. Please support Jason's work. For those of you who are supporting me and not yet supporting Jason, please consider supporting Jason's work. Can't thank you guys enough for your support that are already supporting me. If you're not, you can go over to patreon.com/I am John Cullen or subscribestar.com/I am John Cullen and help support this type of journalism so that, you get this type of reporting. Game-changing evidence, game-changing reporting. We'll be back in a few minutes with our patrons. Jason, I cannot thank you enough. This changes everything, hypothetically speaking.